Hi everybody and welcome to English 1A. I'm your instructor, Erin Fujinami, and today we're just going to go over a quick presentation that should answer some questions that you might have about 1A and sort of get you acquainted with our class. At the time I'm recording this, I am outside, so if something, like a leaf blower or an animal or something interrupts us, I apologize, but hopefully we'll get a few minutes of quiet while we do this. Okay. There we go. All right, so welcome to English 1A. We are at Fresno City College, and my name is Erin Fujinami. A little bit about me, just so you know who I am and kind of what I'm into. I got my BA and my MA from CSU Fresno, but before that I did go to a city college. I went to Fresno City and also a city college in Clovis. At the time, they were all kind of connected. So I'm familiar with city colleges and our local state college. I'm a mom, wife, and a pet mom. Got lots of pets. We have chickens, dogs, cats, a lizard, a turtle, all of the pets. I love to travel, read, and cook. Actually, at the moment when I'm recording this lecture, I'm up in Oregon house sitting for my family member. So lots of traveling. We like to go to the beach. This is a picture of my family and I hiking in Yosemite. These are some of the books that I read this summer. I'm reading this one currently, and these two are still on my list. And I do love to cook, so I made some lemon curd this summer with a whole bunch of extra lemons. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. I hope to get to know all of you throughout the semester. So on to the important things. How do you get a hold of me? Some general tips: try to contact me during school hours, which for me is 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday, and that excludes holidays and weekends. Always include your name and your course. So for example, let me know your name and that you're in the English 1A with a Coreq or English 3 or English 10 or whatever that might be. And relevant details. So for instance, if you need me to open an assignment because you missed it or you're asking for an extension, tell me the name of the assignment. That way, when I get your email, I can fix the problem instead of having to email you back and wait for another answer. I generally respond within 2 business days, and I really appreciate your patience because there is only one of me and there are many, many of you. I teach lots of classes both at Fresno State and also at Fresno City. So I'm teaching in multiple places. I'm not even home until it looks like about 2 p.m. For this semester on Monday through Friday. And then, I have my life at home, right? I'm a mom and a wife and all those things. So I really appreciate you being patient and knowing that I'm working really hard to get back to you as soon as I can. For the fastest response, you'll want to text me, and you can do that by joining our class on the Remind app. So that's right here. And you can join our class on Remind by texting this code to this number and following the directions. The Remind app is a free app that allows you to send a text directly to my phone, but without needing to actually share, my phone number or your phone number just for privacy reasons. But that way you can reach me quickly, and I'll generally get back to you within the same day a lot of the time. If you are texting me. So generally, if it's a quick question, go ahead and use that. You can also email me, but just be aware that I try to respond within 2 business days, but I do get inundated with emails, especially at the beginning of the semester and then during kind of peak times, right, like midterms and that kind of thing. So to email me, you can use the inbox feature on Canvas. That is faster than the SCCD email. If that doesn't work or is not an option for you, you can also email me through our SCCD email, and that email address is right here. And remember to allow at least 2 business days for that one. This one gets pretty bogged down with, department emails and business office emails and that kind of stuff. So that's why it takes me a bit longer. So texting me is the fastest, followed by the inbox on Canvas, and then this one is kind of a last resort. But I do check them all, and I do my best to get back to you within just a couple days. While you're waiting for a response from me, I definitely encourage you to rely on other people in the class for help and our tutor and all of the links that are available in our modules on Canvas, because I try to make sure that everything you could possibly need is posted there as well. All right, so a little bit of information about our class. Our class is an English 1A class with a Coreq, so that means that this is another class that you take while you're taking 1A. It's the same people in both classes, so you do need to make sure that you are registered for both. If you're in the 1A, it is a requirement that you're also in the 205. And I teach the same, I teach both of them, right? So it's like one big class. It's just two separate numbers on your schedule. The college level writing class, which is the 1A, is a co-rec with the 205 because the 205 just gives us a little bit of extra time to work on things that the class might be struggling with. So this class is going to help you learn to read, write, and think critically about important issues. Learn and practice some basics that will be expected of you in your future college courses, and build a community of people you can rely on throughout the rest of your college career. So those are some of our class sort of goals and what we're going to be doing. A little bit of information about the Coreq. So English 205 is technically a separate course that students take, which is why you see those two courses on your web advisor, for instance. And it's just a little bit of extra support in 1A. Remember, I'm still the instructor, and they do work together to help you achieve the goals of 1A. So our English 205 class does have some readings and assignments separate from 1A. But remember that those are just there to sort of supplement your 1A work. So they're often, reflective, and they're really there to just sort of give you some extra practice or some extra support with what we are already working on in 1A. So you're not going to have like a ton of work in this 205 class. It's really just, some extra help along the way. One important thing to note about our 205 class is that you do have one weekly assignment for that class, and that's due on Wednesdays. So just like our 1A work will be due, our 205 work is also due, and that is every week on Wednesday by 11:59 p.m. and on Canvas. The syllabus. So make sure that you take some time out of your day when you're getting acquainted with our class on Canvas to check out our syllabus. It's available on Canvas in our welcome module or on the syllabus tab on Canvas, and we'll go over that in just a minute as well. So the syllabus has everything you need to know about the course. I really try and make sure that everything is very clear there, but of course, if you have any questions, feel free to send me a text or an email. So it's going to include our course policies, materials that you'll need and where to find those, links to tons of places to go for extra help with anything from, Canvas to tutoring and all kinds of good stuff. It also includes a detailed schedule of readings and assignments for the entire session. So for you guys, that's a whole semester. And the whole semester is mapped out, and I really do stick to that. So you can look ahead and see, when you have a test or when your big essays are coming up, and you can sort of plan those things into your life outside of class. So please make sure that you look ahead at that stuff so you know what's coming up. Some goals for our class. So by the end of class, students will be able to analyze and interpret professional texts, including a book-length work, write various thesis-driven essays with relevant evidence, including a research essay, and use academic language effectively, avoiding issues with grammar and sentence structure and those kinds of things. These are also listed in our syllabus if you want to take a look at that, just so you know sort of why we do the assignments that we do. It's so that we can work towards achieving these goals. For our class, we do have a tutor. So we have an embedded tutor named Gabriella. She's here to help with tutoring, and it is free, and also you can get some extra credit. And remember that she's here specifically for our class. So she is in our class on Canvas, so she knows what's going on and gets all the same emails and things that you guys do and has access to all of your readings and whatnot. So she is just a super valuable resource for you to have. You can reach her by emailing her on the Canvas inbox or just by dropping into the Pass Center while she's there. So she is at the Pass Center on Mondays and Wednesdays from 11:30 to 2:30. And also on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 a.m. until 11:30 a.m. So you can stop by during those hours to reach her specifically. If those hours don't work for you, you can also stop by the Pass Center during these hours listed here. So Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., Friday from 8 to 2, and then they're even open on Saturdays from 9 to 3. And during that time, you can get help from any of the past tutors, and you will earn extra credit and get the help you need by seeing any tutor. So it doesn't have to be Gabriella, but it's even better if it is because she is familiar with our class. And if you would like details about how to get this extra credit, those are available in the syllabus. Okay, so I wanted to go over some expectations just so you know sort of how to get into the groove of things with our class. So what can you expect in terms of weekly work? First, we have assigned readings. These are going to be posted to Canvas weekly on Sundays, and you'll need to read them in preparation for your assignments, and your assignments are due on Wednesdays and Fridays. Remember that our class is asynchronous, so what that means is we don't have any whole class meetings. Instead, everything that you need will be posted to Canvas each week on Sunday, and then you work through those things at your own pace and turn everything that you need to turn those things in by their due dates, which are generally Wednesdays and Fridays. So you'll have your assigned readings. Remember that our textbook is open access, which means that I will give you links to the things that you need to read. You do not have to purchase a textbook for our class. You'll also have assigned recorded lectures, which you can watch at any time. So just like this one, all of your other lectures will be recorded and you can watch those whenever you like. They'll be posted to Canvas weekly on Sundays, just like everything else. And again, you'll need to watch those in preparation for your weekly assignments. And then the things that you actually turn in are your weekly discussions. And we have 2 of those every week. Discussions are due every week on Wednesday and Friday by 11:59 p.m. on Canvas. If you're not super familiar with Canvas and you don't know how to do things like discussions, for example, in our first module for class, there's a module on Canvas called the Welcome module, and there are a ton of links there that have videos and tutorials about how to do things on Canvas. So if you're not familiar with modules, or you're not familiar with discussions, or you don't know how to use the inbox to send a message, definitely check those things out. They're in the Welcome module on Canvas. So what to expect in terms of collaboration? No matter what you're working on, you should plan to work with your classmates, tutors, and or myself. So everybody for this class, for all of my classes really, has been put into a group with other people in that class section. So what that means is that for the entire semester, you're in the same group with about 4 or 5 other people. And what I would like for you to do there is to collaborate with your group, chat with each other, help hold each other accountable, get to know each other, and have some friends and some people that you can really rely on for this class. I will say that generally my students who are in groups in a 1A class, for example, go on to be friends throughout, their other college classes and kind of help each other out in those super meaningful ways, because sometimes it's just really useful to have someone who will text you or call you and say, hey, did you do your homework this week, or you want to study for that test together, and surround yourself with those kinds of people because it really does help. So our class works best when we help each other and learn from one another. So try to embrace that collaboration to help you study, answer questions, troubleshoot, and succeed in class. One thing that my students will often be concerned about with groups is I don't want a group grade, right? And that is not a problem. All of your coursework is still submitted and graded individually. So what I expect is that your groups are there to help you remember to do your homework, help you work through the problems, answer a question if you're not sure where to access something, or help you get into tutoring. Or you can even go to tutoring together, right? But all of your assignments are still graded individually, so you're still getting credit for your own work. And just like I have expectations for you guys, I want you all to know that I've got expectations for myself, and these are some of those things. So I'll provide clear expectations for assignments so you know what to do, when, and how. I'm always open to talk about your progress in the class on an assignment or about a concept that you're struggling with. So above everything else, remember that I am definitely here to help you. I'll post new modules, and that's an online folder with our weekly schedule and everything else you need to read, watch, and do that week. I'll be posting those every week on Sunday so that you know on Sunday I will have everything I need for the upcoming week. I won't randomly post them on different days or anything like that. I'll do my best to respond to your texts or emails as soon as possible and within 2 business days. And I'll be flexible with my expectations whenever possible. I know that online learning is not for everybody, and a lot of people maybe, this isn't your ideal way to take the class, but this is what we're working with right now. I also know that life exists outside of class. So if you have something that comes up and you need a little bit of extra help or you need an extra day on an assignment, as long as you're communicating with me, I'm usually open to doing whatever I can to definitely help you be successful. So keep that in mind. All right, so that is our intro. What is next? So what should you do now? You should definitely head to Canvas and go through the Welcome module. In that, you'll find our syllabus, and you should check that out if you haven't yet. You'll also find your assigned group and directions for how to get in touch. You'll find links to helpful things like Canvas guides, student FAQs, information about the tutorial center, and other helpful resources to look at. So once you've looked through the Welcome module and gotten familiar with all of that, then you should start work on the Week 1 module. In that Week 1 module, you're going to find our first weekly schedule, your first assigned lectures and readings, and the week's assignments. Remember, things are due each week, Wednesday and Friday by 11:59 p.m. All right, so thanks for being here. I'm really excited to have everybody, and I can't wait to get to know you all.